Hello, BOAA friends. It's been a hot minute since we were all together. I hope everyone is keeping well. I am going to do a 20-20-20 for you today. 20 minutes of cardio, 20 minutes of strength training, and then a nice 20-minute stretch at the end of the class. So a couple things before we get started. Water, stay hydrated. Grab a towel because I'm sure you're going to sweat a little. I know I'm going to. And grab a stretch strap, something that doesn't stretch, the belt for a coat, whatever you need, and a mat. So you're going to need a stretch strap and a mat at the end of the class. So we're going to get the music started and we're going to get going with our cardio portion. Here we go. Work at your own level of intensity. Move, breathe, you're doing it right. We're just going to start with a little march out. Grapevine. Nice and simple, just warming up here. March it out. Back to that grapevine. Breathe, march it out. And just through the grapevine. Remind your body to breathe. March it out. Start using your arms. Breathe. March it forward. Take it back. Forward. Take it back. Fancy. Moving up. Where are we going? Take it back. March it out. One more time. Bring it forward. Take it back. Forward. Breathe. Take it back. March it out. Here we go. Kick it back. Get those arms going. Heart's pumping now. March it out. Bring it forward. Take it back. Take it back. Forward. One up, one out. Take it back. Forward. Take it back. Grapevine. March it out. March it forward. Keep your arms going. Take it back. March it out. Oh, I missed my cue. Come on. Take it back. Forward. Woo. Back. Again. Last time. Woo. March it out. Yes. Shoulders up, down, forward, and back. Heel tap. Heel tap forward. Take it back. Forward. And back. March it out. Then start with that grapevine. Hold. Other way. We're going to go to repeater. 1, 2, 3. Grapevine. 3 repeater. Take it over. Heel tap. Forward. And back. Forward. And back. Repeat. Use those abs to pull those knees. Singles. Heel tap. Bring it forward. Take it back. Keep going. Arms if you want them. Breathe. Singles. Heel tap. Once. March. Up, up, out, out. March it forward. Take it back. March it out. Big if you want it. Singles. Pulse it down. Lift. Pulse it down. Woo! March it out. Catch your breath. Take it back. Forward. Back. Forward. Back. March it out. Catch your breath. Ready to go. Here we go. 3. Woo. Singles. Pulse it. Three. 1, 2, 3. Again. Woo! Forward. Back. Forward. Pulse. March. Forward. Rock step. A little bit of dance here. Rock step. One more time. Give me some sunshine. Breathe. Sunshine. One more time. Sunshine. Rock step. Sunshine. March it out. Rock step. Sunshine. Rock step. Sunshine. March it out. Forward. Tap. Back. Tap. Rock step. Sunshine. Forward. Rock step. Sunshine. Bring it forward. Get dramatic. Woo. Give me some sunshine. Woo. Rock step. Sunshine. Oh, march it out. I need my towel. We're going to start bringing it down a little bit here. Heel tap. Forward. Back. March it out. Grapevine sway. Breathe. Forward. Hold. Take it back. And swing. Forward. Swing. Take it back. Sway. Your grapevine sway. Bring it forward. And back. Forward. Cross over if you want. Cross behind if you want. March it out. We're going to start bringing it down. Nice and simple. Nice and easy. Bring it forward. Little sway. We want to start bringing our heart rate down. Take it back. Little grapevine, hold. Forward. Sway. Start bringing it down. Breathe. Just sway. Nice and small. Freestyle. Whatever you want to do, just keep moving. You want to bring your heart rate down. Heel taps if you want them. Just keep it small. Whatever you want to do. I'm just freestyling here. Just keep moving, keep breathing, freestyle it out. You've got about 30 seconds. Make it small. I'm making it smaller and smaller. Smaller and smaller. We want our heart rate down before we stop moving and go into our weight training. Start bringing it down. Bring it down. Ooh, keep moving. Just keep moving, keep breathing. Grab a sip of water. You want to bring your heart rate down. It's really important that you bring your heart rate down and your breathing becomes pretty much normal before you stop moving and grab your weights, okay? Speaking of weights, if you have cans, weights, whatever you want, as long as they're not heavier than 5 pounds. If you have high blood pressure, always be aware of your doctor's orders. Sometimes you've been told not to push weight above your head. Please don't do that. Pulse instead. Always, always modify. So, my heart rate is down and my breathing has normalized. I'm not going to play music for this part of the class because I feel it's very important for you to be able to hear what I'm saying and follow the instructions so you don't get hurt. So I've got my nice purple weights. All of you that know me well know that purple are my color. So we're going to use compound movements as much as possible, meaning we're going to use upper and lower body all together. It's cool to do muscle isolations every now and again, like just a straight on bicep curl, but really, how often do you just use your bicep muscle? You usually have to pick something up and reach and put it away. Sometimes you have to bend down to pick things up. So you're using your lower body as well as your upper body all together. So that's how I prefer to train myself and my clients. It teaches your body how to work together from the top of your head to the tips of your feet, to the bottoms of your feet. So the first one that we're going to do is we're going to keep it nice and simple for this one. So it's a little bit of a sumo. So we're going to turn our toes out. Take your time getting into position. You don't rush because then you end up pulling things that shouldn't be pulled. So you're going to get your feet as wide as you can. Please make sure that your feet aren't slipping on the surface. Make sure that your shoes are sticking to the floor. Please wear shoes when you're doing this class. You're going to tuck your bum under. So as we do a little plie, we don't want to lean forward. We don't want our body to cheat and lean forward. And we're just going to let our arms hang down, just like so. So it looks like this. So let me show you before you try. So you're going to plie, keep the bum tucked under. We're going to come up, and then we're going to pull our weights up under our chin. We're going to lift our elbows, and we're going to make a bow tie with your soup cans, your weights, whatever you've got. You release the arms, all right? And then we're going to do it again. So everybody all together now. Turn your toes out, engage your core, belly button to spine. Let the arms relax. It's not their turn yet. So we're going to go down, feel the insides of those legs, come up. Up we go. There's one. We're going to do 10 of these. And take it down. There's 2. And the slower you go, the harder your muscles work. There's 3 down, up, 3 up, and down. Number 4, and 4, and 5, and 5. Make sure you're breathing. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Number 7 coming. 7. And 7. And 8. And 8. And 2 more. You got this. 9. And 9. And last one. 10. And 10. Pause. Release your arms. Turn your toes forward. And penguin walk your feet together. And then shake it out. You don't want to pull your groin. And then just swing your weights. Hang on to them. We don't want any accidents by letting go of the weights. This just gives a little bit of traction, moving, stretching through the shoulders and the arms. And shake out your hips if you need to. Okay, so that is like a plie row. Sumo row, I call them. Plie row, whatever you want to call it. So you're using the lower body, stabilizing always through the core, and then using that upper body. That can simulate picking up groceries, right? That's sometimes the movement that you use for picking up groceries. But fronts of the legs, backs of the legs get natural work. Insides of the legs, not so much. So we really, really, really have to do some work in there. Okay. The next one we're going to do is a simple squat. Nail your squat before you do anything else. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I mean. A lot of people, this is how they do a squat. My knees shoot forward. I feel pain under my knee here, and my upper body's way too tall, right? My weight is shifting into my toes, and I'm going to lose my balance. The way that you do a squat is you simulate sitting into a chair, and this is the way that you should get in and out of a chair anyway. You sit, your butt is going back, my knees are bending, but they're not traveling toward my toes, right? So I'm feeling my lower back, my butt, and the back of my legs. And you stand up nice and slow. So you need to nail your squat before you add other things. So if you're not comfortable doing the next couple of movements, just do the squat, never mind the arm part, okay? You can do the arm part separately later on. So the arm part is going to be a front raise. So I'm going to counterbalance that weight that I put into my big butt and into my heels by reaching out to the front. So I'm going to lift my weights to the front. And again, I'll turn sideways. You want your feet hip width apart. That's natural alignment. Your hips, your knees, and your feet should be the same distance apart, give or take a little bit. You don't want your toes out because that takes your ankles out of alignment. So make sure that you're nice and solid. I'll do it from the side and then I'll turn back toward the screen. So here we go. I'm going to start sitting down. As I start to slowly raise, my weights are shoulder width apart. And then I come back up. Nice and slow. Okay, so that's what it looks like from the side. I'm going to come back to the front so you can see my body alignment here. All right, here we go. Your weights stay shoulder width apart. We don't want them out here, and we don't want them squished together because that takes my shoulders out of alignment. I want everything shoulder width apart. Here I go. I'm going to breathe out as I sit down. Slow breath out. My weight's going into my heels. And I'm coming back up. We're doing 9 more. You ready? Take it down. This is number 2. The slower you go, the harder things work. Breathe in on the way up. That's number 2. Take it down for 3. Breathe out. Breathe in on the way up. Take it down for 4. Up for 4. Down for 5. Up for 5. Down for 6. Up for 6. Down for 7. Up for 7. Down for 8. Up for 8. Keep that core engaged. Down for 9. Up for 9. Last one. We can do this. Down for 10. Little hold at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Up for 10. Oh, well done. Just shake it out. Let those arms swing. Shake out those shoulders. Shake out those shoulders. Good job. I need water. I'm gonna put my weights down. Grab a sip of water. A little bit of recovery here in between exercises is a good thing. Little sips of water, that's another good thing. You always want a little bit of recovery in between. All right, let me grab my weights again. The next one we're going to do is, they call it the Arnold. It's a shoulder press, but it's a combination shoulder press, okay? And then we're going to go to straight on lunges. So if you have high blood pressure, when we get to this part, you're going to do this, okay? And you're going to breathe. Especially if you've got heavy weights in your hands. You don't want to run the risk of spiking your blood pressure and passing out. That's not good. So if you have high blood pressure, when we get to the press part, you're going to pulse instead. All right. So the first part, we want to set the lower body, bend your knees a little bit, warrior stance, okay? Engage the core because your strength comes from the core. We're going to start with a simple bicep curl. Let me demonstrate before you try it. Bicep curl. Now I turn my palms toward the screen. I press it up. Engage that core. Don't lean back. Bring it down. I'm going to put the backs of my hands toward the screen. And I'm going to bring that bicep curl back down. Okay? We're going to do 10 of these, and we're going to do them extra, extra slow. So engage the lower, but don't move your arms yet. Lower body first, right? You have to have a solid foundation before you can cause turbulence in the upper body. Here we go. Palms forward. Don't swing your weights. Bend your elbows. Fingers are going up toward the ceiling. That's where we stop. Turn your palms toward me. Breathe out as you press up or pulse. Breathe in as you come down. Backs of the hands toward me. And bring it back down. Don't release the tension. Leave it right there. Breathe out. turn, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. That's 2. 3. Turn, 3, down, turn, bring it down. Here comes number 4. It's going to take a while to do these. 4, turn, breathe out, breathe in, turn, and down. We're halfway through. Come on. 5, you breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Number 6. 6, turn, breathe out, breathe in, turn, release. 7, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Number 8, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. 2 more, come on. Number 9, up, turn, press, control your movement. Every single move, you control it. Don't let your weights control you. You control them. Come on, last one. Up for 10, turn it, press it, bring it down, control, control, here, all the way down. Now you can release. Now you can release that. A little bit of a shake. A little bit of a shake. Now release your feet. Good job. The next one we're going to do is a straight on lunge. We're going to do 5 on each side. The trick is you're just going to hold your weights at your sides. You're going to stand up nice and tall, engage your core. A lot of people do a lunge. They get this part just fine, right? They go down. They come up. This is the part that they cheat. This is what people usually do. They go, whoa. And they use their upper body to get their feet back together. That's cheating. And it's also hurting your lower back. It's compressing. Ugh. Every time you do that, everything right there crunches. So you want to use your core strength to move your feet. All right? And I'll do these sideways. I'll do them with you so you can see every move that I make. My weights just hang there. Just let them hang there. Here we go. I'm going to start with my right foot. You can start with your left or your right. It doesn't matter. We're going to do these nice and slow. Here we go. Step forward. You strike the floor with your heel. Heel strike. Let your heel come off the floor on that back foot. Take it down. Bend your knee. Come back up. Engage the core. Push through your heel. Come back to start. There's 1. Here. Dip down. Back up. There's 2. Strike with the heel. Little dip down. Bend the knee in the back. Up. Push through the heel. 2 more. Strike with the heel. Dip down. Back up. Push the heel. 1 more. We can do this. Take it down. Little dip down. Back up. Oh, shake that out. Ah, feels good. Feels good. And we're right on time. We're right on time. All right, shake out as much as you need to. All right, going to the other side. I'm going to turn the other way using my left foot now. Moving my left foot. My right foot stays on the floor. Here we go. Set. Core strength engaged. Ready. And step forward. Strike with the heel. Little dip down, bend that knee in the back. You don't want to shoot the knee in the front forward. Come back up. Core strength, push to that heel. There's one. Strike, dip, back up, push to the heel. That's 2, 3, dip down, back up, push to the heel. We got 2 more. Strike, dip, back up, push to the heel. Last one. Strike, dip, back up. Put your weights down, gang. Grab a sip of water. If you have a mat, grab it now. Oh my goodness, I'm dripping. All right. I'm going to grab my mat, and I'm going to grab my stretch strap. I have my marks on the floor. And again, if you've got your heart rate up a little bit during that the weight segment, make sure your heart's down. Heart rate is down. Breathing has normalized before we take it down to the floor to stretch. I've got my stretch strap. Just going to give myself another 30 seconds. I'm going to breathe. Focus on my breathing here. Now, stretching, it should never hurt. You don't want it to hurt. Tension in the muscle that you're stretching, cool. Pain, not cool. Okay, if you feel pain, you're pushing it too far and you risk tearing instead of stretching that muscle or muscle group. So we're going to go down to the mat and you're going to start with your right foot. So, gracefully as I can, down to the mat. Before I lay all the way down, I'm going to hook up my right foot. You don't want to be through the arch of the foot. You just want to be through the ball of the foot. Now I'm going to roll all the way back. I'm keeping my left leg in neutral, and I'm flexing my foot, toes to nose. I want to feel a stretch all the way through the back of my right leg, from the back of my heel, through my calf, back of my knee, all the way up through the back of my hamstring. It's not hurting. It shouldn't hurt. If you need to be down here, and that's where you feel the tension, cool. Little bit by little bit, you're going to be able to bring it closer to the top of the body. Nowhere does it say you have to start with the bottom of your foot facing the ceiling. If that hurts, not a good idea. So you always want to monitor and really pay attention to how your stretches are feeling. Remind your body to breathe. Good stuff in, bad stuff out. Breathe. It takes about 30 seconds for a stretch to even start. So if you're holding a stretch for 5 seconds, it hasn't even started and you're already on to the next stretch. So when you're stretching, you should do a good deep stretch every single day. If you're physically active, you need to be stretching. If you're not physically active, you need to be stretching. Otherwise things tighten up and they don't loosen up again. So you want to make sure that you're stretching at least one deep stretch, full body, every single day. And this is a full body stretch that we're going to do now. It takes about 20 minutes. So now I'm going to just hang on to the strap with my right hand and I'm going to drop my right leg out to the side. I'm putting my elbow on the floor. I'm feeling a stretch in my groin right there. Keep your bum, left and right cheeks on your mat. Look up at the ceiling. You want to feel that stretch through the groin, top of the groin to the inside of the knee, but you don't want it to hurt. After about 20 seconds, you're going to feel it let go. It gets easier. Body's going to fight and argue with you for about 20 to 30 seconds, and there it goes. Now it's releasing further into that stretch without feeling pain. Breathing. and slowly bring it back up to the top. You're going to change hands. You're still with your right leg, but you're going to change to your left hand. Your right hip is going to come off of the mat. Everything falls to the left side of the body. Keep looking at the ceiling if you can. So you're feeling this in the outside of your hip and the right side of your back. Breathe. This is a tough one. Remind your body to breathe and don't take it to pain. Turn your palm up if you want to. You don't have to. If it's too painful, leave it down. And there it goes. And bring it back to center. And we're going to change feet. Start all over with the left foot. Keeping that right leg in neutral. Toes to nose. I want to feel that stretch starting in the back of my heel, traveling up through my calf, back of my knee, all the way up through the back of my leg to the top of my leg. Keep your leg as straight as you can. As soon as you do that, you break the stretch. So keep the leg as straight as you can without feeling pain. And again, there's no rule that says that you have to have the bottom of your foot facing the ceiling. If this is where you are and you're feeling a stretch, that's good enough. You don't want to feel pain. Dorsiflex. I'm going to start dropping that leg to the outside, keeping my butt on my mat, dropping my elbow to the floor. That's where I feel tension, so that's where I'm stopping. I'm stopping that stretch. I'm hanging on to that stretch strap, and I'm controlling where that leg goes. Always breathing, 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 and it's letting go now. You'll feel it. If you hold it long enough, you'll feel it. Sometimes, depending on the tightness of the muscle, sometimes it takes about a minute for it to start to let go. Breathe. And gently bring it back up to the top. You're going to hang on to that strap with your right hand. Now you're working with your left leg, right hand. Everything crosses the body, but I keep looking up at the ceiling. So I'm feeling this in the outside of my left hip. My left hip is off the mat. Left side of my lower back, up through the top or the front of my left shoulder and into my left bicep, if my palm is turned toward the ceiling. Breathe. Sometimes these stretches literally take your breath away. Remind yourself to breathe. It's really important. Breathe. There it goes. My leg's dropping further, because it's let go. Stretch is finally released. Bend your knee, bring it back to center, unhook your foot, and put your strap away to the side because we don't need it anymore. All right, we're going to cross our right ankle over our left knee, but make sure there's my ankle bone right there. I want to be in this space right here. I want to put this space on my knee. I don't want my ankle bone or my foot to cross my knee. I want to be in this big space right there. So I'm going to cross it over and I'm going to stay right there. And I'm going to relax my leg. My right leg is crossed over, so I'm going to relax my right leg as much as possible. You're going to feel this in the groin and in the back of your leg. Relax your ankle, your knee, and your hip. This is part one of the stretch. Part 2 is where we pick it all up. This is one of the recommended stretches for sciatica, and it's a piriformis muscle that pinches the sciatic nerve. Piriformis runs east and west in your butt. Sciatic nerve runs north and south, so we need to stretch out the east and west so it doesn't pinch the north and south anymore. This is how we do it. Pick up your left foot, take your left hand, put it on your right ankle, but again, you want to be above the ankle, you don't want to hang onto your foot, and you want to pull everything this way. Breathe. Keep this leg relaxed. As soon as you tense it up, it pinches. So you want your butt to release. Breathe. This is a tough one. Takes your breath away. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Release it. Bring it down. Back to neutral. Take a couple of deep breaths. All right, let's do the other side. Make sure that you're in that notch above your ankle bone. Let your left leg release. Let it relax, especially through your ankle. You want it to be nice and loose. Let that left leg release. Relax. Hip, knee, ankle before you pick it up. And here we go. Keep the left leg relaxed. Don't tense it up. You're going to feel that deep stretch horizontally through your butt. Breathe. Breathe as best as you can. This is a difficult position to breathe in because you're all crunched up through the abdominals. But breathe as best as you can. Release. And take a breath or two. Right here. We're going to open up through the chest. So you're going to put your fingertips on the backs of your necks, the side of your neck, whatever you like. You just want your elbows to drop open to the sides. My thumbs are on my jaws, around my jawline. And I just want to open my chest. Feels odd. We sit crunched up, hunched forward. And when we open the chest, it feels weird. All right, I'm going to start reaching above my head, away from the top of my head. I'm going to put my thumb on the floor beside my ear. And I'm going to start running my thumb along the floor, my baby fingers toward the ceiling. And I'm reaching through my fingers. I'm starting the stretch in my ribs, traveling up through my fingertips. Now I'm going to run my heel along the floor. I'm going to leave my heel on the floor, and I'm going to start the stretch in my ribs and let it travel down through my heel and up through my fingers. So I'm getting a nice chain stretch to the right side of my body. Breathe. Stretching the right side of my abdominals here too, my abs, obliques. I'm going to bring that leg back to neutral, and I'm going to bring this arm back to here. Now I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to reach. The stretch is starting through my ribs, through my armpit, and traveling up through my fingers. And now here I go, pushing through that heel. So that stretch is starting in my ribs, traveling down to my heel and up through my fingers. I'm reaching away through my fingers and I'm pushing through my heel. So I'm visualizing getting longer on the left side of my body right now. Everything is opening, everything is stretching. Breathe. And I'm going to bring that leg back to neutral. And I'm going to bring my hand back to here. I'm going to bring my hands down beside my hips, palms up. And I'm just going to breathe. I'm going to take a couple deep breaths right here. Sort of like corpse pose in yoga. Just let everything go. Beautiful. Roll over onto your left or your side or right side, depending on what side you're going to roll over on to face your screen. So roll all the way over onto your side. Don't try to sit up and roll at the same time. Do one, roll over, and then push up onto that hip. So I'm on my right hip, so I'm going to bring my right knee forward. That's the knee I'm going to focus on right now. So I'm going to bring that knee forward. Now I'm going to bend this knee. I'm going to make sure it stays bent. I'm going to start inching it behind my hip. So my hip flexor opens from my hip bone to the top of my leg. And then I'm going to stretch the quad in the front of my leg. I'll put my hand here so you can see that I'm opening this space. You want to open that hip space. Breathe. And again, sometimes it takes a long time for that stuff to stretch and open up. Take your time. You're going to bring this knee back to touch that foot. You're going to roll over onto that hip. You're going to bring your feet to the front of your body. Stay facing your screen. I'm going to roll over onto my other hip now. I'm focusing on this knee. I'm bringing it to the front. This knee tucks right there. I'm going to bend my knee. Now I'm going to start creeping it behind my hip, opening my hip flexor as I do that, but I keep my knee bent, so I stretch out my quad at the same time. There we go. Breathe. Remember, if something hurts, don't do it. Ever, ever, ever. Breathe. Bring it back. Take your time because you don't want to wrench your back. You don't want to torque your lower back. Bring your feet back to the front of the screen. You're going to put the bottoms of your feet together. You're going to hang on to your ankles. You're going to do a cat back. So you're going to push your spine behind you as you tuck your chin to your chest. Breathe as best you can. So I'm pulling my tummy way in, pushing my spine behind me. I'm opening my shoulder blades. And I'm stretching the backs of my shoulders. Breathe. Visualize your vertebrae opening and decompressing your discs. Sit up nice and tall. Take a couple of deep breaths. Oh my goodness. Oh. And there we have it. I'm going to show you how to get up off of the floor without putting all of your weight in one knee. So you go to hands and knees. Curl your toes under. Start walking your hands. Push onto the balls of your feet until your legs are actually underneath you. Push your butt back. And stand up nice and tall. Thank you so much, everyone, for working so hard. And hopefully we can all be together before too much longer again. So take care, be well, stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you very, very soon. Bye.